Welcome back to Geekshow Arcade.
Hey guys,
That's right.
Like to play games with you.
We talk about video games and video game related things. This is our panels lists. This is the panel of panelists.
we are the panel of all time.
That's right.
Let's go.
He's excited. He's Lando.
I'm always excited, Tony. I don't know why you think I'm not excited. I'm just not excited when the shows take forever. That's all. Let's keep it short, keep it tight.
No, you're always
I'm
excited.
Lando.
You're either excited about it starting or excited about it finishing. You know, like a lot of things in your life, I'm sure.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Got him again.
I made that joke again because
It's a good joke. It's a good joke. I'm Lando.
it's worth
I'm
repeating.
the funny one. You come here for me.
What?
I know that's true. Although you probably don't come to the game show for me because I'm pretty boring in the show sometimes. But I do have more stories than
But
I
he's the
usually have.
funny one. Remember that.
I'm trying to replace James. That's all I'm trying to do. But we all know I'm Kirkland brand James.
You don't need
so.
to replace
No.
James. Just be yourself. Nobody can replace James.
Be yourself.
That's
I'm
right.
done. Thank you. I'm Lando. It's the best.
Sounds like a sheep. He's Jaren.
Hey, I'm Jaren. You can find me on Blue Sky at Geronius or on the Geek Show Help Desk.
The what now?
Geek Show Help Desk.
Oh, okay.
The Geek
Making
Show.
sure.
What's going on with
Keep
that sheep thing?
show, keep desk. All right. Don't forget about Owen down there.
You never can. If you do, the ice cream just doesn't taste the same.
That's right. You're our vanilla
The-
foundation.
From the vanilla base,
Vanilla
catch me
base.
here, trying really hard to keep up with Jaren and Tony, saying things I don't quite understand and getting called out for it.
Oh, buddy, you're
And-
doing it.
I know.
Have confidence.
I know it's my shtick now, so I do it
The-
on purpose.
The last time you told him to have confidence, by the end of his story, you were telling him that he should not have confidence.
That's true, Jaren. I can never get a read with
Getting
you.
really mixed
so-
signals, man.
Jaren, that
Yeah,
should
it's
be
part of
Jaren's
the
tagline.
training.
I know.
You'll get it.
Part of the training.
Part of the gas.
You'll get there.
They do say that they do say the kink finds you.
That's what they say.
Anyway, you know who else is kinky?
Is
Our
it me?
host. It's your host.
How did I get? Jaren's
Kink-
clearly the kinky one here. How did I get that label?
Kink
I think
master
during
himself.
the in between showed us differently.
Yeah.
Tony.
That was your guy. You guys talking. I wasn't
Kink-
even a part of it.
You
Yeah,
were
don't-
the result of it, though.
Man, if you missed the in
Interesting.
between,
That's what my parents
this in
said,
between
too.
was a good one. This was a good one. We had it was spicy, it was fun, it was entertaining, it was funny. Pay us $1 on Patreon. You can listen to the
Hey,
in
it's
between.
$1. All right. Yep.
That's how you get it.
I'm Tony. Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony or Blue Sky, just QuadT, QuadT.bsky social. Or Geek Show, other Geek Show stuff, of course. Always having a good time. Let's talk about video games. But before we do that, do we have any video game emails that we could talk about?
Yeah, we do. Email. All right, got an email from Cody. He says, "Hello, my friends. I'm wondering if there's a game you play that you associate with the holidays. For me, that would be Fallout New Vegas. I got that game for Christmas the year it came out, and I always do a playthrough around this time. It's a feel-good game for me that helps me get through the seasonal depression. Thanks again for doing the podcast every week. It really helps. And Owen, I'm the one that sent you a friend request on Xbox. I don't have a lot of friends to play with online with, and I want to start playing Halo with you and the rest of the guys.
Yes. Who is this? What's his name?
Cody Laboucaine.
All right. You got it. I think I friended him.
There you go.
I got a request and I just blindly accepted it because that's who I am now.
How about you guys? What is there a game you associate with Christmas?
I remember getting the Zelda Ocarina of Time for Christmas.
Yeah.
I randomly
That was
have
a
a
fun
very
one.
strong memory of a Christmas game, and it's Spider-Man and Carnage. Do you remember that
The
SNES
SNES one?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And SNES, they didn't have any saves. You had to play through all in one go. There was no save state. And I got all the way through, and then I think it was my little brother or somebody tripped on the Super Nintendo power cord because it was
Oh,
just
no.
sitting out in the living room. Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Disaster. And I never got that far again, but I tried that's my Christmas one. It's only one Christmas, but it's burned in so painfully.
Yeah.
It's driven all of my emulators. I'll go get that game first, and I'll be like, this is the day I'm going to beat this, but then I just can't bring myself to do it. I just boot the game up, and then I stop.
Get sad and turn it
And then,
off.
yeah, the memory comes back so hard, and it just pushes my motivation. It's like, you'll never do it. Oh, so there you go. That's my Christmas one.
I don't have a specific game that I play every year, but I have a very good memory similar to Owen. Way back in the day, I borrowed one of my friends had a PlayStation and a copy of Metal Gear Solid.
The
And
OG.
yep, I borrowed that over Christmas, and I swear I remember Christmas Eve playing till like 3 a.m.
Did that game
because-
blow your mind when you?
Oh
like,
man, it is. I think it is probably still, if not the best, top 3 video game memories I have of playing through a video game and just going, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy." But more than that, though, is, or I should say, as a result of that, it feels like every Christmas, I try to pick a game, a new game, and play as much as I can
during the break.
during the break. Yep.
Yeah.
Game that reminds me most of Christmas. I haven't played it since probably like 2000 or something. We rented this snowboarding game for the Dreamcast. I don't remember what it's called. I Googled it. It might be called Rippin' Riders Snowboarding. Some rando snowboarding game, but for some reason, whenever I think of Christmas and video games, this is what comes to my mind because I played it during Christmas time and I was just excited to be able to play it for whatever reason.
1, 2, 3. Christmas video games. Go.
Was it
Sorry,
1080
just think about the game while you're
snowboarding?
playing.
It was that on Dreamcast?
No, that was N64.
That's a good game though.
That was a
Yeah.
good game.
Like when I Google snowboarding game Dreamcast, this is what comes up. So it must be Rippin' Riders Snowboarding.
You got to go to YouTube and check some videos out. Confirm that.
Jog your memory. Did you have one, Lander, or did you already go? I can't
I
remember.
talked about Zelda. Remember?
Oh yeah, Zelda, classic. All right, well there you go. Thanks for writing in, Cody. Anyone else? Any other emails we got?
Nope.
Okay, on to the stories, and boy, do we have those. Okay, the biggest story by far, hands down,
According to Tony,
according to everyone, is the announcement that The Witcher 4 is in full production.
Oh, that is big news.
It is big news.
It's medium
Unfortunately,
news.
unfortunately, there's no details. That is the news. They
That
just
is-
tweeted out. They said, "The Witcher 4
don't
is now
get
in
too
full
hyped on that
production."
news. Silk Song's been in development forever,
Well-
and it hasn't come out yet. So
Silk Song's never coming out. But the point, I was
I
going
hate that
to,
you're right.
I was going to say that actually as the follow up, it is just barely entering full production. So I'm betting 3 years
3
at
years
least.
minimum.
Yeah. Because if there's one thing that CD Projekt Red is known for, it's releasing a buggy game. If there's another thing that CD Projekt Red is known for, it is taking a long time in between games. So get comfy. Go play Dragon Age, the Veilguard in the meantime, or
that a good one?
Starfield, or
Dragon Age?
Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, so actually, let me talk about that real quick. I'm about 14 hours in now, and it's awesome. It's fantastic.
that on
it
Game
runs
Pass?
great. Nope.
Oh,
It
dang.
runs great. It is super fun. The game mechanics itself has a lot of has a good gameplay loop of the fighting in it, the spell casting, the exploration for chests and trinkets and stuff is very rewarding as you explore the areas. It has a very nice wide linear feel where it's not a big open world, but it's like lots of small to medium size areas for you to explore.
And do you go back to old areas?
Yeah, you go back to old areas
Okay.
to check out new things after you unlock different abilities and stuff like
So
that.
it's open world, but it's just kind of
It's open spiderweb world is what
Yeah.
it is. So
kind of like God of War, right?
yeah. Very similar in that aspect. So this is you call a mini review because I probably won't talk about it again until I beat it, and it's like a 30-ish hour game, so I'm probably a third of the way through roughly, but maybe less. I don't know. I always get sidetracked with side quests until all those are done, and then I move on to the main quest. So I don't know how far I am actually, but the point is, it's 100% worth your time and money if you are interested in RPGs, action games, medieval magic stuff, good storyline. There's two downsides I think to this game that I'll touch on before finishing up. And one, this one's very nitpicky. The jump animation is so weird. Your guy looks really weird when he jumps, and I don't even know how to describe it other than it just doesn't look quite right. Everything else moves great and fluidly, but the jumping animation is just off.
Have you compared it with how you jump?
Well, no, my jumping and my jumping animation is off completely, so there's nothing to compare it to. Like, I don't jump.
Well, seems like it should be okay then.
Yeah, what's
So-
the problem, Tony?
From that aspect, my jumping is fine because it doesn't happen. From the Dragon Age Veilguard aspect, the jumping looks goofy. But like I said, that's really nitpicky, not really here nor there. The other complaint is more of a Tony thing. The voice acting from some of the characters is pretty weak sauce.
As bad as Metro Exodus?
I played that game and got all the good, good stuff. Cause
all the things they said to me was good.
Yeah, like I didn't get the bad audio because
not like
I rescued the teddy bear and got the stuff and
Got
all
the-
the things.
got the
so got the good
guitar.
ending. Yeah.
Old joke. Come on.
Feels good.
See, I don't think it's as bad as Metro Exodus. Or I mean, I think Metro Exodus is better, is what I'm trying to say. because
What?
Does it
Metro
feel like they
Exodus
used
had
AI to do the to
no
do the
Metro
voice
Exodus
work?
had weird accents, but the emotion behind what they said
No, they were not. It was
felt more genuine.
in no way. It felt so
Uh,
stilted.
No.
Yeah.
And then maybe it's equally bad because there's some times where I'm watching and I'm just like, wow, they must have had one take to do this. And they just said, move on. All right, we got it.
You know
It's in
what?
the can.
Good enough.
So, but other than those two, and those are fairly nitpicky, I will say the main character voice actor that you play as does a great job. I haven't had and he's the one that talks quite a bit compared to some of the other characters. So, that's been good. But yeah, the mini review is it's great. I 100% suggest picking it up if you have any interest in the Dragon Age games. So there you go.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about the Sony announcing they're actually working on a real portable, not the stupid streaming one they have.
Not announcing. They're reportedly working on a portable
Oh,
This is a rumor story.
from Bloomberg. So
Or
it's
better.
It's a big publication.
pretty reliable.
Yeah, they're saying that Sony's in the early stages of work on a fully portable console that can play PlayStation 5 software.
Oh, that in and of itself means it's 3 to 4 to 5 years off.
Likely years away from launch, according to Bloomberg. So it'll still probably launch before Xbox's handheld.
You think?
Oh yeah, because Microsoft sucks.
Boom, got him.
Yep.
Jeez.
I hope Sony comes back though, because they sure made excellent handhelds back in the day. The Vita,
was-
Come on, the Vita.
so
yeah.
amazing, and the what's it called?
PSP.
PSP. There we go.
PSP
yeah.
is also great. They just needed.
It was
ahead of
great.
Their time. They were ahead of their times. They just needed better
For
battery
both of
tech.
them.
Yeah, they just needed better battery tech, and they could have.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with the PSP was less battery and more the storage medium they went with.
Oh, UMDs.
The UMD was, when you put a game on a system that's battery based and the game has to spin the whole time.
Yeah, right.
That's gonna
That
eat into
motor.
your battery a lot.
Yep.
Part of me though is sad that it's only going to play PlayStation 5 games. Because like the category of the only handheld device is completely gone now. Nintendo doesn't do the 3DS anymore. It's just the Switch, which is also the
A handheld
home
device.
console.
Yeah, but
and
you can
handheld
dock
device.
You can dock it and play it on the TV.
yeah, it's mainly a TV. Well, I guess it's both. Like you don't have a separate platform with different games.
Not like the 3DS was.
Not like 3DS, not like the Vita, not like the PSP,
Game
Don't
Boy.
understand
and
your
Game
point.
Boy. So
I don't think he's made it yet. What is the point of what you're saying?
I don't
It's-
understand the differences.
it's cool that you can play your PS5 games on it, supposedly, but the handheld focused developed games feels like we're kind of missing something though, if that doesn't exist anymore, which it doesn't. So it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because like we got our own special Uncharted on the Vita that wouldn't have been anywhere else. And like all the old Game Boy games that weren't on Nintendo or
You know, you were right until I remembered the PS Vita TV, where you could play all the Vita games on
Oh,
the TV.
come on. No one owned that. Thing was a piece of crap.
Yeah, no, we'll see. I don't know. The dream of mobile games back in the day, though, handheld games, was to play the big games on
You're
the,
right, you're
on
right.
the
And
thing,
now you can
know?
do that, and
now
you're
we're
like, it's not
getting
a handheld.
it's kind of...
Make no freaking sense.
Well, I have handhelds, but I have a ton of emulated games on them too. So, of smaller handhelds in the past.
What, Lando?
Okay. Jaren makes no sense in my brain, but you can keep moving because maybe someone somewhere can make sense of Jaren today, but I just can't.
I think I get it.
I think you doth protest too much.
Fair.
All right.
one.
Speaking of protesting, you want to talk about Elon Musk some more, Lando?
I don't understand. I could just speaking of things I don't understand. Jaren, I can usually get there. Like I can make sense of Jaren at times and usually get there. But Elon Musk, I don't. Like so the last show we talked about Elon Musk and Twitter doing weird Elon Musk Twitter things, right? And just like he does all kinds of weird stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Add this to the list. Apparently, Elon Musk is the number one, not number 2, 3, or 4, number one Diablo 4 player in the world.
I
Like-
don't believe it.
So I heard.
Not-
he was
Okay,
number
so
4.
speaking of reputable
So
sources,
I heard he was number 4, and then like a week later, now he's number 1.
He's
And I feel
number
like
one.
I feel like he put out hits on those other 4 people, or proved that they were just bots,
No, here's...
which he's constantly trying to do on Twitter.
I'm betting he pays someone to play his account.
Well, so
Oh,
it talks about that.
absolutely,
That's
right?
There's
what
a
I'm
common
betting.
theory that Elon is somehow spending money to get good gear, having someone boost his account to reach his height. There is not evidence of that. Plus, Diablo has features in place, like when you re-roll or masterwork gear, it is bound to your account, and that takes both farming and a lot of RNG to get that perfect stats you want boosted. We're talking hundreds of hours. It is, of course, certainly possible he's paying for advantage in some black market against TOS form or another. But why?
Or just paying
why
somebody
this game
to log in as
specifically?
him.
Why does he care about Diablo 4? Like
Because
it's just
somebody
so weird.
Because somebody online told him he couldn't. Like that's all he responds to. No, you're not. I am
The
now.
last line of the
No, you
article here
can't.
is like,
Yes, I
it's a bit
can.
baffling. And I'm like, yeah,
Wait,
it's a bit baffling.
So they don't even postulate that he's just paying someone to log into his account
as
and
his
play?
log in as him. Hours and
'Cause
hours.
That's an easy thing to
This
do.
is the guy. This is the guy
here's-
that's saying
here's
he's
the-
working 60 hours, 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
So this article says there has been a bug. It was updated, and it says there has been a bug around in Diablo 4 the past days with the elixir of anti-venom, which can increase player health to 1 million or more, far beyond what it's supposed to be. There are ways to transfer max health into damage, and that results in the ability to one-shot essentially everything in the entire game, including,
Whoa.
say, pit 150 bosses, which have been easy to farm as a result of this bug. And Musk's video went up during that time the bug was up.
But you can watch the video and like see him doing that. Maybe I don't know. Here's the other thing that's making any sense to me. So like I'm a fan of the speedrunning community. Like I watch speedrunners from time to time.
So you're
That's
a
the
fan
thing
of
that
Elon Musk now, is what you're saying?
It's not a very far jump,
It was a anyway.
and I like it.
Here's the thing about speedrunners is usually there's a lot of clout over being the best at a game, and people
Within seconds, right?
Yeah, like people care a lot about that, right? So for Elon Musk to find some random speedrunner and pay them all this money to not take that number 1 place and instead give them, I just
Capitalism, buddy. Capitalism.
No, yeah, come on, Lando.
it's
Come
not
on.
part of the
Have
culture.
you had the question?
No.
I don't know.
Landon, Landon, what's your number, Landon?
I was going to
What's
say,
the number? Where's
To
what's
grind
the
Diablo
number,
4
no,
for
what's the
millions of
number where
hours?
you would, what's the number you would slap your wife in the face?
What a
Have you
crazy
seen that?
question.
have you
That's
seen
the-
that video?
$1 billion? Would you
Yeah.
do it for $1 billion?
Oh, of course
And the
I
guy,
would.
the guy, see, the
I would.
guy
I
goes,
Oh, I'd do it for 100.
the,
Let's
wi-
go.
the wives come up.
$1
The
billion?
wives,
$1 billion?
yeah, the wives come up and they ask, and he goes, "For $1 billion, I'd hit you in the face with a snow shovel."
Me too.
And the wives are like,
$1 billion.
But for $1
we can
billion
get your face fixed
"A billion."
afterwards.
He goes, "$1 billion? $1 billion?
You know how much money a billion is?
Susan?" Oh. Just saying, everybody has that number. So somebody who's got their
man.
pride and they want to be out there. And they want to be.
I guess. I
talks.
just such a weird flex. Like why? Whatever. I just
Maybe.
the
maybe
point
I'm,
of
maybe
the
I'm
moral of
wrong.
the story is not.
Well-
I don't think it makes. I don't care about it making sense. Like I
Here's the
really
thing.
don't care. It's
Maybe-
just weird.
As
Maybe
Peter
it
Griffin
does,
would say, it
because-
doesn't have to.
Maybe it makes sense because of that bug, and he knew about that bug and just took advantage of it. So
Maybe. I
Could
don't
he gotten to
know.
the number
It's
one
just
spot?
silly.
What's the rank? What's the requirement to be rated number one?
Go the
most-
fastest? He got a sub 2-minute run.
Oh, it was a speed run. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like the best in Diablo as far as skill. Or
Which is
rank.
why I talked about speedrunners,
Oh.
Owen.
Yeah, I just thought you were going off on a tangent because you're a tangent tyrant.
I am a tangent tyrant.
all right, time to go off on another story. Let's
Yay.
talk about. Okay, Owen, I see the story on here, and I read it earlier today. I'm curious if you can convey this story in under 2 minutes, because I don't think you can.
Should I set a timer?
Under 2 minutes.
Hold on.
Under 2 minutes.
Is it
I'm gonna
Niantic?
timer. I'm gonna
It's
timer.
Niantic.
Oh, easy. Niantic, you sneaky bastards.
Oh, this is so good. This is
You
so
guys-
good.
Start the clock.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so Pokemon Go, huge phenomenon, came out during COVID.
He's
Niantic,
done. No way.
What?
It came out before COVID, I think.
no, it didn't. It
It
came out
did.
like right. At
It was
the
before
peak,
COVID.
Like,
It was
was
before. It,
before
just
COVID.
It peaked at
It
COVID.
peaked. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
guess
for
that's
sure.
what I got. That doesn't count. Comments don't count against my time. So,
Oh, this is all going against your time, my friend, right now.
so they did something super sneaky. In 2019, they updated their terms of service and they made it so that when you place a Pokemon, it takes a little screen grab from your camera. When you're doing your thing and the AR pops up and there's a Pokemon on the sidewalk, they take a small snip of that picture and they started compiling, and they fed that into a large language model. Imagine an LLM now being able to see the
Large
shadow
geospatial model.
geospatial model. They have LGM. Now imagine this thing being given a shadow and being able to find exactly within centimeters that spot. That's what this can do.
Has it been
It's
proven?
more than Google. It is. It's more than Google Maps.
Cool.
And here's the other shady part. If they couldn't get somewhere, they put a rare Pokemon there.
No, they put a
That's
gym there. They put a
genius.
Pokemon gym where they wanted it.
Yeah, but they would release
They could do both.
If they have the data, so they're like, hey, people are really going crazy because social media and tracking and all that. They want this exact Pokemon. Well, let's put these Pokemon over here. The place floods with people taking pictures from all different angles. You remember when you train
genius.
when you train a large model, AI model, you have to feed it all sorts of random data that it can extrapolate. So these pictures are from different angles, but of the same place because they tag the geo, the long and lats of where they are, the GPS. And then, like Lando was saying, if they really wanted to focus on a location, they'd put a gym there, like inside a building even. Like Niantic could do this not just outside. Like they could map the entire infrastructure of
2
a
minutes up,
building.
by the way.
Sorry, that's it. Okay, if you want more, I guess Tony
No,
has to
no,
agree to it.
no, keep going.
Oh!
Keep going. I just wanted
it's
to
an
see if you
interesting-
could do it.
I did it in 2 minutes. That was the gist of it. That was 3 paragraphs, full 3 paragraphs. I read. There's more paragraphs to go. Anyway, that is the gist of it. They have this amazing geospatial model that can basically find anything anywhere because the AI can predict where it is because it was fed all of that random geo information with geotags.
They've been able to take all of these, and they say they currently have 10 million scanned locations. So that's not just 10 million pictures. That's
No.
10 million locations that
Where
they've
they are
created
fully integrated,
from
yeah.
all the pictures in that location.
Yeah.
That's
Scan.
wild.
And so now that AI can say, oh, yeah, we recognize that fire hydrant next to that set of building windows. Like, imagine the privacy here. Like, imagine the cybersecurity. Imagine the national security that this can be used for. If somebody caught a tiny picture of somebody, you know, on all the CSI shows, they're like, "Where's that at?" Oh, we're running it through AI now.
Yeah.
That could actually
That's
be possible
this.
with this. Yeah, that could be this because it's like that. Oh, excuse me. It's like that phone from a little bit of taco time. It's like that phone from the Dark Knight
Yeah.
that picks up everything, right? Because
Yep.
you need millions of data points to do this, and Pokemon Go is such a phenomenon I mean, remember when everybody? I mean, I didn't
Oh,
do
yeah.
it. I emulated and sat on my couch.
Oh,
I'll be
see,
honest.
I actually did.
But
I went out to different places.
I
and-
did go walk. I did do
You
some
know.
of that until I figured out you could emulate. Then they broke it, and I unloaded the game.
Said,
Anyway.
I'm done with this.
Exercise, no thanks. Anyway,
Screw that.
That's why they fixed the bugs
Crazy.
because they wanted you to go out and get the location data
they
for them.
they needed that, and it's crazy. And now
Yep.
they can sell that. Isn't Niantic a Chinese company?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I
they're
don't-
I
not.
want to say they're
Oh.
from Europe.
Okay.
Somewhere,
well,
but-
they've got a very, very valuable
San
golden
Francisco.
nugget.
I want to say they're
Oh.
from San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. The China of the U.S.
That's
I'm just trying to be right. I just wanted to be right. I'm just trying to find any thread to get there.
Well, speaking of China, sorry, China. No more Nintendo online stuff for you after 2026. China's Nintendo eShop will be closing down for good in 18 months. And I'm not just talking about you won't be able to buy anything. I'm talking about you won't be able to download the stuff you already bought either.
Oh,
That's nuts.
Straight up shut down.
poopy.
So get it on your device.
Get it
now.
on your device, figure out a way to back it up, whatever, because after
Interesting.
March 31st in 2026, players who own Chinese Nintendo Switches I should say after that, they won't be able to access any of the Nintendo Online stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess this is like a this next thing I'm going to mention, I think is almost like a sorry, here's some free stuff.
It's easy enough to get around though if you have a router that's got a VPN set up to move you. Right?
I mean, it is
Or is
unless
those-
they
or those
take the
devices
hardware.
hardware?
They take the
Oh, okay.
hardware ID and they're like, nope.
What is the state of VPNs in China?
Yeah, also
Good
not
question.
good.
Also
yeah.
not good. The Great Firewall of China is
Yeah,
fairly
exactly.
robust.
So, first of all,
Starlink.
the Nintendo Switch didn't launch in China until 2020.
So they've only had 4 years
Yep,
to enjoy the service anyway.
yep. And so, as kind of a if you have a Chinese Nintendo Switch and an active WeChat account associated with it, they will receive up to 4 free Nintendo Switch games from the following list, and these are good games too: Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Mario Party, Mario Tennis Aces, Yoshi's Crafted World, Flexible Brain School, Dr. Kawashima's Brain Exercises, Kirby Star Allies, New Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Go Pikachu, and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Okay.
So they are giving them those, four of those, up to 4 of those, not all of them. But even that being said, make sure you download it before March 31st of 2026.
Because you
We'll
get
be
it
able
through
to
the
access.
eShop. You
Yep.
get it through the eShop.
Yep, exactly. So
Tell your Chinese friends and family.
exactly.
Get the word out.
Anyone that that has Chinese Switch lives in China, they're going to need to know that.
Or just send them an American one and tell them to connect to Starlink.
I mean, that's an option too. It's kind of
I mean,
expensive, but
Yeah. Plus the
This
link
is a good option, Tony.
it is an
you
option.
go.
Let's see. Jaron, you have a Humble Bundle announcement here that I also agree with. It is a very good bundle.
Sci-Fi Shooters bundle, $19. You get System Shock, the new one, Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster, which is excellent.
That's a good game.
The Crisis Trilogy Remastered, also great.
excellent.
Prey, the newer Prey, not the older Prey.
The Space Prey, which is, I mean, both Preys were awesome. So
Great game, as well as Doom 2016, which is also great. So fantastic. If you don't own all of those, any of those would make it worth it. So quick
What's
PSA.
Prey?
There you go.
What's Prey Moon Crash? Is that the space one you're just talking
that's
about?
the DLC
DLC.
Oh, I see.
for Prey.
Okay.
And I think you get a coupon for like 60% off Moon Crash or
68,
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a screaming deal. If you don't have those games, I already have all but one of those, or else I would buy it right now.
I have all of them, or else I would buy it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So, what is this? You wish you had this much passion about what, Owen?
About Pokemon. There's
Oh, we
another
got more
Pokemon store.
Pokemon.
There's a
Okay.
mo-
Sounds
No,
like
so
you
this-
do have passion about Pokemon. But
Yeah,
all your stories are Pokemon.
I wish I did, but the first one just actually applauding Niantic for being so crafty. I mean, I can't have done something more shady, and if I had thought of it, which I didn't because I'm not rich. Anyway, so Pokemon, there are a lot of Pokemon cards. A lot. They've been around for many, many years, and there's all different versions of the cards that get re-released. And this guy, I want to find his name because it just gives his username.
PKM_JP.
That's the one. He created a site, which I've linked in the show notes here. Get down.
Cat troubles.
Cat troubles, man. Freaking,
Damn cats.
he stepped on my stuff. Ruined my
Cats
jive
and
here.
dogs living together.
Mass hysteria. So this guy went through, Twitter user PKMJP has devoted hundreds of hours to learning. He learned how to program just for this project.
That's a
And-
passion.
And yeah, like he's like, I want to categorize all of these cards into an online database with pictures to show every single Pokemon card out there. 23,000 cards have been archived so far.
Holy
with an
cow.
additional 2,000 pieces of artwork.
Wow.
Now, if you go to the site, which is, I thought, okay, so it's just going to be a bunch of jumbled pictures you get to search through. Oh, no. It has the original, like, Japanese artwork on the front of the card with the Japanese kanji and stuff underneath. And it's a very minimalist. You go to the front page, and it's just the art of Pokemon, and go to cards. I feel like James needs to see this.
There needs to be something else on the
I
page.
know.
thought it didn't
It's
load.
very minimalist, right?
Yeah,
Right?
me
You're
too.
waiting for something like click here, but no, you just go into the home page, and then you can see all the different iterations, eras they call them, of cards, and then you click on one, and it takes you in to show every single card
Wow.
in high def and it floats like this. Imagine doing this and starting this with no idea how to code. But that's why I'm like, I wish I had this much passion about anything. But I feel like we need to show James this because this is definitely a James energy level. Like, he might appreciate this. Although he'd probably hate on it just because it goes past the original 100 and something.
151.
151 Pokemon, which he gets all bent out of shape about. But hey, as a fellow neckbeard, I get it. You know, they shouldn't have done what they did. Anyway.
Fellow beard.
That's
This
it.
is
That's
crazy.
It's not, and it's a really well put together, very well categorized and organized site. I thought it was going to be like, oh, but no, the way he did this, it's pretty cool.
This is the kind of thing that I look at and I'm just like, there's got to be a way for this guy to use this to
Yeah.
make a living.
Yeah.
Because that's the level
He
of
just did
quality
this-
it looks like.
Yeah,
is
he
like,
just did this. He just did this for no reason, just because, like, because he wanted to. And now you can go check out every card. There are definitely some you can see that he doesn't have them all, so I bet wouldn't be a bad idea if you have some of these sets in here. To
So
be like,
even he didn't catch them all.
he has not yet.
I don't know if you can.
But 23,000
many.
cards archived so far. They didn't give a total of how many there actually are, unless I missed that. How many there actually are in total.
Man, I don't even know if the Pokemon Company knows how many actual
know.
Pokemon cards
Like-
there are.
Like, seriously, they're giving these things out in Happy Meals right now. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's wild. Crazy stuff.
It's crazy.
What is it? artofpkm.com.
Yep. Art of PT. Yeah.
Art of
It's-
PKM. Wow. That's
Interesting. If you want to go see what you're missing out of
Amazing.
if you do collect these cards, you want to see maybe something you're missing,
yeah.
good place to go start.
Yep.
Looks like it's all in Japanese.
It does, yeah. These look like the original releases.
Well, they have them and they have an English in little letters underneath the cards. All right, Jaron, we talked about a BioWare game earlier. You have a story about someone who used to work at BioWare.
Casey Hudson, who was a BioWare general manager, left BioWare in 2020. formed his own studio called Humanoid Studios. He was making a new IP, so very promising looking, very good dude here, but unfortunately it's shutting down because they ran out of money. So 3 years of work down the tube. That's sad.
Sucks.
I wish someone could pick him up and fund him.
He was with Bioware twice. He was with them back in the day when they did Knights of the Old Republic and the first Mass Effect. He left in 2014 to work at Microsoft for a while and then came back in 2017. So he's part of BioWare's DNA, basically, modern DNA, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that sucks because seriously, if anyone that's worked with BioWare that long and that high up, I will probably just buy anything they're making on principle, just because I'm interested in what they are doing
shown
next,
they've shown their mettle.
Mm-hmm. Boo.
Boo.
All right, Lando, what's your other story about the Nintendos?
Right. So you want to, if you've bought a Nintendo console for the past couple of generations, like, what's the worst part about it? Trying to find one, right? When they first come out, like, they
first
are
launches,
impossible to
yeah.
find.
I was going to say
right?
that they're underpowered compared to everything else.
Hey,
out
screw you, Jaron. They're fun consoles. It's not about the power. It's not about the frameworks. It's about fun maxing. And there's no better console to fun max with than the Nintendo Switch.
Fun Max. What does that mean?
Max out the fun? It's
you're
like
not
you
ready.
frame
You're not-
max. That's
you're
what you
not
care
ready.
about.
You're not ready,
You're-
Jaron.
I was
You're
going
not
to
ready
say
for
the worst.
If you have to ask, you're not ready.
Okay.
Anyway, Nintendo, in their last earnings call, their president told their investors that they have a really cool new way of getting around scalpers, right? Because scalpers suck. They're the ones that go out and buy all the consoles and make it hard for the rest of us to get.
Are they just going to make sure there's...
They're just going to
So
make sure there's
many.
a whole bunch of
They're
them to
just-
sell.
Yeah,
That's what they're
like-
doing, Tony.
That's the best way.
They're just going to
you know?
make it so
Yep.
scalpers can buy more.
That's exact. Well, no, this
We've
is
tried
exactly,
volume before.
Nah, this is exactly what happened with the PS5 Pro.
Right.
The scalpers went nuts buying up as many as they could, and the shelves never went bare. And the ones that did buy them now are selling them at a loss.
Yep,
true.
that's Nintendo's plan. Anyway, I thought it was kind of a fun story. That's all. Fun story.
I hope that works again that same way. That was delicious
Do you remember-
irony.
Do you remember back when you used to be able to just walk into a store and buy stuff that you
Yeah.
wanted?
Yeah.
The age of information and connectivity screwed all that up. You used to be able to go up to Idaho Falls where nobody even knew what games were because that community was ancient, but they still had like a game store, and you could get. Remember how hard the Xbox 360 was to get when it first came out?
Yeah.
My brother-in-law randomly stopped into a mom and pop's electronics store up there and picked up 5 on the same day.
Oh my
He turned
goodness.
around and he was a scalper.
I was gonna say I don't like where this is going.
But
He was a
but
scalper.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Dude, I do not like this person. But I'm just saying there's a lot of other history there. I'm just saying it used before the age of interconnectivity where not everybody had a website and you had to
Yeah.
stop in and check. Man, those were the days
Yep.
where you could get good deals. Didn't have to rely on slick deals, and then slick deals came in and ruined everything.
Slick Deals has become the victim of its own demise.
Yeah.
Or no, the victim
They've
of its own
become
success.
They've
I
gotten
mean.
they've gotten so big that the deals become not deals seconds after.
They
It
sell
creates
out
as many losers as it does winners.
more.
Or more. Yeah,
I would
more.
say. And then you combine that with the shortages and everything for the past couple years. So companies just aren't putting stuff on sale
Yep.
like they used to
And the
because they
site
know they can
scrapers
charge higher.
Well, they realized that making a coupon that gave 20% off to a few people drove so much more traffic for everybody trying to get it.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, well, I didn't get the coupon. I guess I'll just get it anyway.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
companies
yeah.
started making those discount codes, knowing what it would do, and then letting Honey and those other extension browsers go out and search for those coupons, and the coupon code industry became a thing. And
For sure. All right, lightning round, real quick. I have 2 because they're very, very short. One is a link to a really cool old school case that was featured on Tom's Hardware a couple weeks ago. It straight up looks like an old beige box that you can build a brand new computer in. and
Nice.
started
Really?
as an April Fool's joke, but now they're actually going to sell
It's
it.
the old school flat lay down.
Yep.
The 3.5 inch floppies are just aesthetic, I take it.
Uh,
Or the 5.5
I was
5
gonna
inch.
say those are five and a quarter,
Five
or
and a
whatever they
quarters,
were,
yeah.
5 and 3/4. But no, they flip up to USB ports inside.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
This thing is so cool, and I could see myself building a computer in something like this someday, just because of the retro factor. And number 2, real quick, is I know this is a link to a product for sale, but there's no affiliation or anything. This is just the best representation I could find of it and how it looks and what it does. It is finally a great wireless controller for the OG Xbox. This works with
nice.
Yes, this works with the OG Xbox. It's modeled after the Controller S. It looks like a really nice hybrid between a Controller S and an Xbox 360 controller.
Yeah.
And it's made by Retro Fighters. They are bona fide. They've made many different. Oh, Jaren just hit the wrong button, and he's
That's
gone.
okay.
They've made.
Although, and you should probably get Patreon ready. Oh, he's back. Phew.
Yeah,
Oh, I can hear you now.
So Retro Fighters has made a whole bunch of different retro console controllers, and wireless and wired. I have several of theirs for the N64. They're fantastic, and I really am probably going to have to pick one of these up for the OG Xbox, because.
You still have it? You still play it?
Oh yeah, I got one. And that's the biggest thing about playing it is I think
Wired. Yeah.
it's wired, and I have to sit closer to the TV than where my couch is, and I just
Right.
I don't want to deal with that.
So it's got a little 2.4 wireless transmitter. It does?
2.4
Nice.
wireless, gigahertz wireless tech, compatible with the OG Xbox, also the Switch and the PC. Hall effect analog sticks, Hall effect analog triggers. It's got rumble, all the good stuff you would expect from a modern controller. Works with the OG Xbox. Very cool. And it's
not too bad a price.
$65 Canadian, so that's probably what, like $50 US, something around there.
10.
$10 US. Boy, their currency really has devalued.
It has, yeah.
All right, so I just thought that was really rad, and I wanted to share that because I like that company, and that product looks sweet. Jaren,
Sweet.
lightning round.
Boy, here. Oh boy. Okay. Xbox Cloud Streaming now lets you stream your own games as long as it falls within a list of 50. So
Stream whatever you want as long as it's on our pre-approved list.
Exactly.
I think though it signals where they're going with it, and if they truly are everything is an Xbox, they need to do this because you can't just rely on Game Pass.
Yep. They'll expand that library too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have another one that you wanted to do this really quick as well?
Yeah, sure. Don't update Windows if you have Ubisoft games, Windows 24 H2.
That's been a train wreck.
So modern Ubisoft games, Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed games. The latest version of Windows has a big performance impact, supposedly. I've tried Outlaws on my computer, and I haven't seen much. So I guess your mileage may vary. But apparently the issue is so bad that Windows is withholding the update to those who have these games installed.
Have they not put a hot fix out yet for it?
Ubisoft has not, no.
This is also interesting that they go and scan your computer for what games you have installed.
They did too. Right here. Ubisoft released a hot fix addressing the Windows 11 bugs in Star Wars Outlaws on November 21st.
It's only a partial fix.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they haven't done anything for the Assassin's Creed games.
I don't think so, no.
So.
Oof.
Frontiers of Pandora as well is affected. This is like all their latest good games.
Yeah.
Nice one, Microsoft.
Poor Ubisoft.
Yep. And O-Dog.
Mine's real quick. It's a gift idea for your gamer nerd this year. So you guys know Lego, of course. Well, Mega, their Kirkland brand, I guess.
Worse than Kirkland brand.
It is, I know. Gosh dang it! But I wish I liked them more. They're improving. Lando, they're improving. They have a Microsoft Xbox 360 collector building set, and it looks pretty cool. as
Microsoft
a
couldn't
Lego.
contract with Lego. Come on.
I know. So
Well, Microsoft has contract with Mega a long time ago. They do the Halo stuff too.
Yeah,
Halo,
they do.
the Halo Mega collection.
yeah. So one of the things that makes me laugh about this article is like, they're like, yeah, Mega kind of found their niche, partnering with less known partners and stuff to kind of keep itself going and
Lesser known like Microsoft.
now Microsoft is doing it, so they're a big deal. So anyway, it looks pretty cool.
It's got the controller and everything.
Removable hard drive, ventilation holes in the rear.
So
in
not
the
that
right
I condone knockoffs, but if you're looking for a good Lego knockoff that's a little bit cheaper and as good a quality as Lego, all are like dang near quality, Mold King. It's a China brand, really cheap, and because they're in China, they don't have any like
They don't worry about IP
they
laws.
don't worry about IP, so you can get whatever they build all kinds of cool IPs and like Star Wars
Jeez.
stuff and all kinds of fun stuff. So anyway, it's a thing that you can go get, and it's much
Yeah.
cheaper.
Like the coolest thing, there's a tray to pop into the supplied Xbox game disc,
Oh my gosh, that's
motherboard,
funny.
heat sinks, like the
And it's
whole
on
thing
sale
is
half off right now for Black
half off.
Friday.
75
bucks.
75 bucks. So it's pretty cool. And you look at the picture and you can barely tell it's not Lego. It's Mega. And here's the worst part about Mega: if they get mixed in to your Lego sets, it's infuriating.
They don't fit right.
They
Don't buy
fit
Mega.
right.
The Mold King stuff I'm talking about. I've tried it with actual real Legos, and it works just fine.
Do they work with Lego? Did they do sets like this where like cut like themed sets or collector
Yeah.
sets like the Xbox? Ooh,
When they have,
maybe
like-
that's a better option.
I mean, they don't have like Xbox sets specifically,
Right.
but they have lots of other stuff.
Anyway, this is for you nerds out there. It's got the controller, a stand. It's got a Halo.
got
a
lights.
it's got Halo. It's got a copy of Halo 3, but it's Mega Bloks. So and then it's
Just
got
to put
the
it in
actual,
perspective, you can get a Star Destroyer, 11,000 piece Star Destroyer set. This is a big Star Destroyer set.
Jeez,
$300.
that's cheaper than the ones for Lego for sure.
Yeah, the Lego ones are like twice that much money.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's in the show notes.
Cool.
Check it out.
There you go.
Go pick it up if you want to spend some time making family memories.
All right. That's the end of our show. Time for our Patreon shout out. Patreon.com/helpdeskarcade. If you donate some shekels, you get some stuff, which Lando explains
Yeah!
right now.
I thought you were still my job, and I was going to be very angry and sad, but no, this is my job. I pimp the Patreon. I'm the Patreon pimper. So yeah,
PP.
the
The pee-pee. I like that, Tony. That's,
Podcast
Lando's-
PP.
I freaking
Lando's
hate
the
my
PP.
friends. I freaking hate my friends. So yeah, if
That
you
might
give us
stick.
$1 or more, you get all kinds of really cool Patreon benefits. You get access to a super secret Discord channel where we talk about really cool stuff. And if you're not there, you're missing out. You get access to a super secret specialized Patreon feed built only for you that is ad-free, includes both shows early with the in-between. And I got to tell you, the in-between's where it's at.
Quotes, air quotes. Why did you air quote?
I'm not sure.
early.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure why I did that.
Let's move
Okay.
it along,
You
PP.
get all that for $1, just a merely $1. You also, if you put your address in
Keep it
Patreon,
flowing.
you get a special
Keep it
Christmas present from
flowing,
us.
PP.
Owen and I, we're trying to cook up something great. We're
We
cooking
are.
up something good.
Well, you saw my stuff, right, Lando?
I saw
sent-
your stuff.
Does
We
that,
need to
you
talk
like
about
that?
it. We'll talk about it. I like
think
it.
that's a good idea.
It's just going to take some work, and we're going to
It
talk
will.
about it.
Yeah, my wife has
Um,
opted. My wife has offered to be conscripted into this. She loves that kind of stuff. So
Oh, nice.
we
Well,
have
let's
more
talk about it
hands.
after
We
the
have
show.
more hands. Okay.
Yeah. So and then
More hands for
and
the PP?
then if you donate to
I
the
don't
super
like that.
secret
But
Tech Bros level of $6 or more, Jaron gets to say whatever you want, which is super cool. So he's going to talk to you now about all the things he wants to tell you.
Thank you to David Broshinsky, Aaron Faulkner, Connor Kisa, and Butterball Tony. They are our extra special tier.
Thank you.
Kirklando James, Jason Eatman, Cuando escucho esta canción, mi corazón quiere cantar así, bidi bidi bom bom. Fingers crossed, Lambo's internet cuts out. You know who
Gotta
else is a
Google, baby.
Patreon? My mom, Be the 8-year-old, Kyle, Michael Shane, Tony the Home Theater Geek, Travis Johnson by Geekshow Arcade Help Desk stickers at Pieman Graphics on Etsy. All proceeds go to Lee George Cade's medical bills. Jeremy, No Name No Color, Keslow, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz, In between rating +4. According to the map, we've gone only 4 inches. DP, Wesley, Adam, Stuart Lloyd. You can avoid reality, but you cannot avoid the consequences of avoiding reality. All I want for Christmas is Geek Show, Help Desk, and Arcade.
It's at the end.
Again, yes. Yes,
Nice.
it is.
You know, hold on, stop. Just stop for 2 seconds, Darren. Here's what you can do to make your life and all of our lives better. And finally, so and so. Like that's it. You can just do that. Or yeah, thanks so and so.
Well,
That's all.
and last
Thank
but-
you. Give
and
a big
last but
thank you to
not-
our listeners. Like,
And last but
something.
not least, last
Just
but not least,
signal.
I mean, I
Signal
would,
to the rest of us that it's the end of the list. That's
I would
all you
just-
got to do, my friend.
I would just settle for a difference in the cadence of his voice
I
that
know, he just
connotated
got-
the
he
end of
cuts
the
off
list.
like he cuts off like a robot, just bleep.
List item, list item, list item. I see list item.
Like you're reading a DOS prompt.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Patreon backers. Thanks for reading the names, Jaron.
We appreciate you,
But do it
Jaron.
better next time, my dude.
No, I like it just how it is, Lando.
Man,
I'm getting after Jaren here for reading him bad.
I can tell.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I
Classic
Probably for the
Jaron.
I thought your
best.
speakers cut out again.
That's it. Thank you for making it to the end. Thank you for downloading us. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week. Until then, Owen, take us out.
Hey, we hope you care.